All right, let's dive right into one of the most baffling and honestly, one of the most game-changing phrases in all of Zen Buddhism. It's this one little idea that seems to grab the entire spiritual journey and just flip it completely upside down. So, in Korean, it's 평상심이 도다. And what it means is, the ordinary mind is the way. Now, just hang on a second. The ordinary mind? The one that's distracted, that worries about bills, that thinks about what to have for dinner? That's the path? I mean, what could that possibly mean?
Exactly. I mean, isn't the whole point of this stuff to become something more than ordinary? You know, to get more focused, more peaceful, more enlightened? This statement suggests that maybe, just maybe, all of that striving is pointing us in the completely wrong direction. To get our heads around this, we've got to look at this legendary Zen master, Linji. And let me tell you, Linji was not about gentle, feel-good advice. No, his style was to deliver these absolutely radical instructions designed to completely shatter our most precious beliefs about spirituality.
This right here, it goes against everything we think we know. Linji is flat out saying that the moment you try to get somewhere spiritually, that very effort is what blocks the path. So instead of finding peace, your struggle just creates thousands of new problems, what he calls deviant states.
And that's what we all think, right? We're taught our whole lives, if you want something valuable, you have to work hard for it. So how can trying to improve yourself possibly be a trap? Well, Linji knew his students were stuck on this exact point, so he had to use some pretty shocking tactics to wake them up.
See, he realized that his students had put all these spiritual ideas up on a pedestal. They were attached to the idea of the Buddha, the idea of scriptures, the idea of enlightenment. So he decided his job was to tear those idols down, not to be disrespectful, but to free them from their own concepts.
So first, he goes after the big one, the Buddha himself. He calls him a phantom body. Now, his point wasn't that the Buddha wasn't real. It was that clinging to the image, the statue, the historical figure, that's missing the entire point. That form isn't the ultimate reality.
And then he takes aim at the holy books. He says they're like toilet paper used to wipe away filth. I know, it sounds awful, but think about it. Toilet paper is incredibly useful, but you use it for its function, and then you're done. You don't frame it on your wall. The scriptures are just a tool to clean up your confusion. They're not the truth itself.
And finally, he comes for the goal itself. If you seek the Buddha, he says, you will be bound by the demon of the Buddha. This gets to the very heart of the paradox. The moment you start seeking, you create a split between you and it, and that turns your goal into a kind of demon that constantly reminds you that you haven't arrived.
So why? Why would he say all of this? He wasn't trying to crush his students' spirits. He was trying to get them to stop looking out there for something special, and instead to notice something that was right here, right under their noses the whole time.
And that brings us right back to our original phrase. Linji's whole wild project was about helping us see what's already present. And to do that, we have to completely redefine what this quote-unquote ordinary mind really is.
Okay, here's the absolute key. The ordinary mind is not our busy, worried, planning mind. It's not the constant chatter. It is the fundamental awareness that's here right now, listening to my voice. It's the mind that exists before you invent the problem called I'm unenlightened and the project called I have to go find it.
So you can really see the difference. The seeking mind is always in a state of panic, creating problems, chasing a future where things are finally okay. It runs on the belief that something is missing right now. But the ordinary mind, it just deals with what's right in front of it. It acts, but without all that desperate striving. It trusts what's already here. It lives in the now.
Let's be super clear about this. Having a goal like enlightenment isn't bad. The problem is the energy of seeking. Every single time you search, you are sending a powerful message deep into your being. I am not whole. I am lacking. I need to find something else to complete me. And that very act just digs the hole of separation even deeper.
Okay, this all sounds really good as a concept, but what does it actually look like day to day? If we aren't supposed to be seeking or striving, then what are we supposed to do? Well, this leads to the beautiful paradox of what Zen calls the practice of non-practice.
And the answer is almost shockingly simple. You just live your life. When you're hungry, you eat. When you're tired, you sleep. You stop adding this extra exhausting full-time job on top of everything else called,
my quest to become enlightened.
So what does this actually mean for you and me? It means when you're washing the dishes, you just wash the dishes, without a side of spiritual struggle. It means learning to trust the simple, clear awareness that you're using this very second to hear these words. And it means finally realizing that the thing you've been looking for all over the world was never ever separate from you, the one doing the looking.
At the end of the day, this whole teaching isn't about giving up or becoming passive. It's actually about a profound act of courage. It's about having a radical trust in this moment, exactly how it is. Trusting yourself, exactly as you are. Trusting that you are not a problem that needs to be solved.
So I'll just leave you with this question. We're all trying so hard to let go of our anger, our fear, our attachments. But what if the heaviest thing you're carrying, the thing that's truly weighing you down, is the search itself? What would happen if you just put it down?